Welcome to Opensim Living. I am Spax Orion and I am the owner of SimGear. Today, we are going to have fun with the Paramore multi-animated controller, and I'm going to show you how to make some animated furniture. Just covering the basics, that's all I'm going to do today. But before we get started in today's exercise, I would like to take a moment to send a shout out, and please forgive me if I get your name wrong. I want to make a mention of Annie's Opensim blog. This is the developer website for the Paramore products, and Annie's blog here has everything you can think of, from tutorials, product descriptions, and other items of interest. So if you are looking to maybe do some building with some of the Paramore products, you might want to check some of the articles out. I did so myself, and it helped me to gain a better understanding of how to use the Paramore multi-animated controller. So this is a tremendous contribution to the community, and I cannot thank Paramore enough for making this available to us. With all of that out of the way, we are on my builder's grid here at OS Grid in the ozone region. And to my immediate right, I have a table and chair. If I stand up off my post stand here and try and sit on this table, you're going to see my avatar is not going to sit in the chair properly. Okay, now let's go ahead and stand up. I'm going to position myself back over here again. All right, and something of interest. This is a mesh. Okay, it is only one land impact, and yet by the end of this video I'm going to have 4 avatars seated on this table. This is an amazing product that Paramore has put out, and so yeah, it's really cool stuff. And when you see how easy this is, I know you're immediately going to run to Paramore Shopping and pick up a copy of this. You can find Paramore Shopping very easily if you just go on Opensim World and do a search for Paramore. You'll find the hypergrid link to where you can get this. Okay, and this is the PMAC 2.0 Builder's Kit. They advise that you wear this thing before you extract it. I keep a copy of this box in my archives, but in actuality, I made myself a cheat sheet. I made a little box here called PMAC from scratch. But before I even go into that box, let's look at the contents of this one. You will see here when we go into the content tab, all of the readmes, all of the documentation, everything you could possibly want to know about this utility is included here. And there is a lot to cover. Now, many of these features that this have, such as, the add-ons and that sort of thing, I've never even had a chance to play with these. My only focus was making animated furniture that I could have for various aspects of my region. And so if you check out some of the different areas, this region is for 18 and over though, you can see a lot of the furniture creations that I've put together with this magnificent product. So I'm not going to be covering any of the add-ons because basically I haven't even had a chance to toy with any of these myself. Basically I just deal with the PMAC core and a few of the other things to make it all work. And so basically that's what I have here in this little box here called PMAC from scratch. If I open this, I have my notes. And basically I pulled these notes from Annie's blog that I just mentioned at the beginning of this video. Some basic rules. Animation groups must have identical numbers of users. 1 person or 1 animation for all animation choices. 4 people or 4 animations for all choices in a category. So, for instance, if I make a category that seats 2 people, every animation set must seat 2 people. Fairly simple. And then animation used once per category. I wrote that down, but I think I've seen animations being. I think there's a way around that. Okay, and then of course I have notes on note card naming. And this applies to both the menus and the NPCs. If the last letter is an A, that means anyone can use it. If the last letter in your note card here, and this is the part I'm talking about here, for note cards and NPCs, G means only groups can use it, and O means only the owner can use it. I think that's a really neat feature that they've thrown in, because now, you can make animated furniture which you can restrict to a group or maybe just for your own personal use. So you could have all these animated furnitures at your home, and only the owner has access to them, so you don't have to worry about griefers coming in on your land and, doing stuff you don't want them doing with your furniture, right? Gotta love it. Okay, and then I also have a little cheat sheet here on the note cards. And basically what I did was I created a one-person cheat sheet, a two-people cheat sheet, 3 people, and 4 people for the note card configurations. And I did a basic .PMAC configuration file, and then additional notes on placing poses, note cards, and that sort of thing. Really, really easy stuff. But so let's go ahead and close this, because I have already set something up here in my inventory folder, and here it is. All right, and so basically this is what I have done based on my notes. Okay, basically I have the name of the animation that I'm calling this. So I just figured I'd call it table, and then there is a pipe, and then in capital letters, no-com, pipe, and then the name of the first animation. And you'll see here, for today's exercise, I have 4 animations set up. So basically, this is going to be a 4 animation table. 4 avatars will be able to sit on this one prim table when we're done here, okay? And basically, all of these locations here, they are all identical, okay? I made it this way because all I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the positioner, I'm going to put the animations, okay, the PMAC config that we looked at, okay, and the PMAC config, okay, you want to have the default group. In this case, it's going to read the note card that I have here, okay. You can see that there is an A here before the name. That means anyone can access this, and the 4 before the A means that there are 4 people that are going to use this animation set. So if I were to put in a 2-person animation set with this 4 here, PMAC's going to bark at me. So if I wanted to make this a 2-person sitter, then I would rename this note card to 002A, and I'd probably want to name that 2 sit, so that I know, okay, this is for 2 sitters. Just something to point out there. So the default group is going to be 4 sit. If you don't set a default group, you're going to get an error message when you initially launch this thing. So it's always a smart idea to create a note card called .PMAC config. You want to set a default group, whatever that group is that you are going to name it. In that case, I named this 4 sit. And then I like to have the furniture reset as soon as I stand up. As soon as everybody stands up on the furniture will reset and then be ready to go for the next person. So I have that set to true. It's always a good practice, at least for me, from my personal experience. It seems to work out great for me that way. Okay? And the nice thing about this furniture is I don't have to call in 4 alts to position these when I'm ready to set this up. Instead, I am going to just summon an NPC, and as you can see, I've already made one. Okay, so we've got everything together. I've got my note card for this table set up how I want it. Yes, I want to save those changes. Okay, I have my NPC, which is just a clone of myself here. Okay, I have the PMAC config. So what I want to do here is I want to right-click and edit the table here. I want to go into the Content tab here, and then let's go ahead and drag over all of our content except for the PMAC 2.0 core. So we want the base and the positioner. We want the poses. We want the PMAC config. We want our NPC. We're going to need that for positioning these poses, and we're going to need the menu. We've got those in there. We're good to go. Now, we finally take the PMAC 2.0 core and put this in here. Okay? And you know that you did it right when the dining table, as I named this dining table PMAC, it's saying initialization is complete and ready to use. Excellent. Let's go ahead and now. One thing I like to do with PMAC furniture, let's go ahead and press go to edit this thing. Go into your general tab and change click to touch to click to set on object. It's always a good idea to do that. So now that we've changed this, let me make sure that's stuck. Okay, it did. Good. Okay, and now it's not behaving. Okay, maybe it wants me to sit first. Okay, so at any rate, I have to sit first anyway, because let's go ahead and get these positions adjusted. We touch the menu and go into options here. Okay, and we can turn edit on. And nothing's going to happen because it says, sorry, all positions must be filled before you can enter edit mode, and there's currently at least one that is empty. Okay, that means we have to add NPCs. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, it doesn't look like I can add NPCs. Now let's try edit on. Okay, excellent. So now we have our edit mode on, and now we can adjust these paddles for the seating. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm just going to right click and edit here. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and have a little fun with this. Let's rotate. And then we'll move. Want this to look like this person's actually sitting in the chair, right? Of course, that's what we want. Okay, that's good enough, I suppose. Now, let's say I want to save a little bit of time here. We got this object here, go into object here, and then let's just copy this rotation and position. And then we'll select this one, and let's paste rotation, and then paste position. And then we'll just drag and move this one over to the chair where we want it. Zip bada boom. Okay. And then we can do the same thing to this one. Let's go ahead and just paste rotation. And let's move this over here. And let's rotate that around. Let's put this one over here. Okay, and then we will copy position and rotation. And then we'll hit this last one here, and we'll paste position and rotation. And then we'll just slide this one over here. So as you can see, setting up a furniture is really not that hard. Once you have set up your positions how you want them, just select Store This, and then Save Card. Then we can turn Edit off. And then we can stand up here. And now when we sit down on the object, we automatically are seated right where we need to be. Let's quit, and it should eject all avatars and unseat everybody here. Very simple, very easy. And now the next time I go to sit on this thing, it'll automatically position you right where you need to be on the table. And then, of course, when you click the table, you can also go into options here, and you can swap your position wherever you want to go. So if you want to go into position 2, position 3, or position 4. Pretty neat, huh? So pretty much that is the basics for setting up your own PMAC powered furniture. This is a really neat utility because now you don't have to have those ugly, unsightly pose balls. You can really make some interesting PMAC powered furnitures. And if you don't believe me, check out my dungeon here at Ozone on OS Grid. I've done some really interesting things with this. So, but of course this is an adult region, so no children, please. Well, I think that's all I have on this topic. If you have any questions for me, be sure to ask me in World. That's usually the best place to get me. And not sure what I'm going to do in my next video here on Opensim Living, but I'm sure I'll have something equally exciting. So until then, peace out.